Also National STEM Day. Black and Latino children are often underrepresented in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. But there is a program in Brooklyn that's leveling the playing field for these young kids and creating champions. Take a look.
So, my name is Elsa and I am 8. And my code is where there's a block, like a color sensor, and the color makes a different picture on the color
I love it.
How cute.
So the STEM Champs program is the brainchild of one of Brooklyn's very own, former WNBA star Niesha Butler, who joins us this morning to tell us about how she went from hoop dreams to coding dreams, right? So good morning to you, Niesha. Thanks for being here this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
We love this, okay? So
Awesome.
really, let's talk about this. How did you go from being this WNBA star, right, to creating this program? You know, it's not often that STEM is considered sexy, but here we are talking about it.
Yes. Well, as you guys know, in women's sports, you don't make, hundreds of millions of dollars. So I always knew that academics, and like an actual career would benefit me. And I played at Georgia Tech, which is an engineering school. So when I was picking my school, I wanted something that had both. That obviously we played at that time in the ACC, and it was a powerhouse. New York City point guards loved to go to Georgia Tech. And in, in my career, basketball, I learned software engineering and I fell in love with computer science. And I grew up in this neighborhood and I didn't have anything like this. And I always liked Legos and I always liked little trinkets and engineering and building stuff. So I wanted to bring it to the kids of New York City.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you're from Brooklyn. So you really understand the challenges that young Black and Latino students face when they're trying to break into this male-dominated industry like tech, engineering. So how does your program, STEAM Champs, how does it change all that or hope to change all of that and bring more exposure to these kids?
Yeah, it's a really multi-layered problem that we're dealing with. I figured we start from 7 to 12, and that's just one part of the problem that we're solving, is to help kids get foundational skills so that if they choose to be engineers or go into a STEM field, they have the foundational skills. So that's really important to me, that we teach them early. And a lot of times that's really the problem. It's like a language. Computer science, coding, software engineering is like a language. So the earlier you know it and get accustomed to it, and it's repetitive, it sets you up for a future, positive future and a career in STEM.
Yeah, it's amazing, and my parents are both educators, and this is amazing, right? To have, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in so many different schools. So tell us a little bit about the STEAM Champs offers. How much does it cost to attend? How do they become part of it?
So, my parents, I didn't grow up rich, so I purposely priced it as a pair of sneakers a month, and that'll get you 4 one time a week. In one time a week, we have, guys, can you open the door? Sorry. We have parents that signed up today for our open house.
Nice.
So we priced it at a real economical price that parents can afford, and it'll give their kids insight and classes every single week. Guys, people at the door. Okay.
Live TV.
Hey,
gotta love it.
Keep the business going.
Yeah, I know. Today was like, because it's election day and schools are closed, and like we really need people to come in.
That's great.
Actually, okay. Pharrell. There are people at the door. Sorry.
Right. No, it's okay.
So we priced it economically so that parents in the inner city can afford it, and we're really close to all kinds of trains. Like we're right a block away from Juniors and City Point. And as we grow in franchising, we want to put it in urban areas where kids are easily accessible to get it. So that's the whole point. So it's $189 for the month for 4 sessions each month, and you can double it, and we have a discounted price for siblings. We have scholarships available. Like, we're doing everything to make it really easy and equitable for kids to learn about STEM.
See, this is the thing. I love when people say, if you see it, you can be it, right? And this is the first Afro-Latina owned coding and robotics educational center in the country. That's amazing. So what message do you want to send to the tech industry and to communities of color that feel left out?
As a businesswoman, I had to decide where my first flagship store would be. obviously my school, I went to Riverdale Country School. That's in Riverdale. That's a high, it's a really nice neighborhood. And I went to Georgia Tech, was Midtown Atlanta. And I was thinking, okay, this model has proven successful in suburban areas. However, there was a problem that my dad had called me when I first started. He said 75% of New York City kids exist under or around the poverty line. And that's something that existed in my soul that I couldn't shake, because being an engineer, I recognized that there were six-figure careers open. Around 150,000 jobs open in New York State that have six-figure paying jobs. So I was just like, what can I do? What's my part? And one of another things that I found is that representation. We have young ladies, like you saw Elsa, she's one of my favorite students. Like, just seeing me here, knowing that I'm an engineer and knowing that I'm building something that she can do, and it's like I'm a representation of what she can be and more. I didn't recognize how important that was to kids, but it really is.
Yeah, Niesha, you're amazing. Thank you for what you're doing to inspire the youth. It is going to be future. They're going to be running Google.
Exactly.
This is the goal. We're doing STEAM champions so that we incorporate my sports background, make them teamwork, have a champion mindset, so they're not just like these people in the room coding all the time. We want to graduate champs and people that can help society like I'm doing.
Amazing.
Awesome. Niesha, thanks again for being here. Love what you're doing.
Thank you so much for covering us. We really appreciate it.
Go get that door.